Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happiness Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Riz, and today I have two special friends. I can't even call them business associates. They're more than that. I have Vic right here, the beautiful and handsome Mr. Vic. And right next to him is Alleyah. She only looks good because of Vic. You know,
wow.
She matches Vic. Like, he wore pink, so she wore pink, and that's what happens. But I ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy.
I was a little nervous coming out here because I knew she was gonna outdo me with a hat. So I had a couple of choices, and it doesn't matter because she's gonna outdo me all the time anyway. So why do I even try? I'm gonna show up in my underwear in the next one.
Oh, okay.
That should get some views.
Whoa, there.
Somewhere.
Okay.
If it doesn't work on YouTube and Apple Podcasts, you're gonna find us on OnlyFans soon. Don't you worry.
Well, we've mastered the art of pivoting.
There we go.
So I had the honor on my birthday this year, on my 41st birthday. Vic had me on his live stream, which was amazing. Vic was like, yeah, let's do it at 8. I'm like, yeah, 8 p.m. we could do. He's like, no, like 8 a.m. And then like I get like an email over the weekend. How about 7 a.m.? I'm like, 7 a.m. it is. No problem, Vic. We're going to do 7 a.m. So when I approached him for this podcast, I was like, yeah, we're going to do like a little early. He's like, what time, 7? I'm like, no, like 2 p.m. Nice and early, right?
Yeah. Hey, I like it. You got to do stuff during the day too, man.
Fair.
So a little background for all the viewers. You're going to see a lot of chemistry here. We have known each other for, 35 years right now?
At least 35 and a half, I think.
Something like that, right?
Y'all are good liars. For real. Let's tell them the truth.
I don't even have a timestamp, honestly. Alleyah, do you?
I think, wow.
Do you have like a little booklet with all stickers and like all, what is Sanrio, like, all different color coordinated of your daily planner and stuff? Hello Kitty?
Are you stalking me?
Oh, I didn't even think that was real.
No, but
Is there a Hello Kitty notepad of when we all met?
We started a year ago. I think this whole friendship started a year
Yeah,
ago
about a year
because
ago.
I marked
Yeah.
I marked 1 year.
I want to say.
Okay.
When we
Yes.
start talking.
That was when I moved into my new
Madera,
building.
Berkeley Heights, yeah.
Yeah.
And Alleyah slid up in my DMs. I'm like, I don't play that, but who's that cute guy Vic right next to you? Holla!
Okay. Okay.
Oh my
I
God.
love to third wheel. This is great.
No. What was actually amazing was I do a lot of promotions and events at all these properties because the main business for Happy Deliver is to service multifamily residents and multifamily apartment buildings. And usually I have the best content, I have the best events, the best videos, and this girl out of nowhere just tops the rank. I'm like, excuse me, who is this person number 3? I mean, of course I'm number 1 and 2, but I used to be 1, 2, and 3, and someone came in with 3. This little actually I didn't know she was little at that time. I was like, who is this tall Filipino girl?
I get that a lot, which is really
I
weird.
thought you were so tall.
It's knowing your angles, everyone.
And then she was so sweet. She was like, oh, you have really nice content. I was like ready to blast her, like, get off my feed, woman, But then she was so polite. I couldn't even be mean.
She was so polite.
Yeah, but then I met her in person. Now I, shake in my boots whenever she comes around.
Oh. Okay.
No. So at first I thought she was an influencer, a content creator, and then we got a chance to meet. And she said, oh, you have to meet, Vic. I work for this amazing guy named Vic. I'm like, what type of Filipino telemarketing, like Amway thing is she about to sell me? Like, this is what happens when they have those pyramid schemes, right?
Oh my God.
Oh, you have to meet my mentor. They told me everything I know, and he's going to put you on a plan.
No, that's actually
one,
really
Amway,
what
something.
happened. And what's crazy is I tell Vic this all the time. I'm like, Vic, I can't sell for shit. Do not ask me because I can't do it. But when it comes to things that I truly believe in, truly love, and I think really fits, I'm all in, And when I met you, I was like, oh, hell no. Like, this cannot go on without you two meeting.
She told me, she said, there's this guy, Riz. You got to meet him.
You
got to meet this guy.
There's something about him.
But does this happen quite often? Because, Vic, you're a very easy guy to get along with. Is she constantly introducing you to guys?
Well,
at Diddy parties?
Yeah,
like, what's happening? What type of Leah parties are you guys
I stopped going to those.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my God. Why would you say that?
You can cut that out if you want.
But even if you don't, it's
Too
okay.
late.
It's okay.
Too late.
No, actually, I think the thing about it is, all kidding aside, is that she understands the connectivity of people and where she thinks the intersections will be. So she's met you, she knows me. She's like, wow, I don't even know exactly what these guys can do together, but I know
Seriously.
they should know each other.
Yeah.
And that's also in and of itself is a gift.
Aw,
Because a lot of people don't understand or cannot see how things fit together unless it's extremely linear or transactional in nature, not just, hey, you guys need to get together, talk a little bit, see where there might be some synergies. That to me is a talent.
No, that's beautiful. And that's actually why we have this podcast. There's so many podcasts about business owners and about friends, best friends, relationships. However, this is about what I think is the most valuable currency for me, which is happiness. Happiness is what I value the most. In life, if you ask me, what are you striving for? It's not $1 million. It's not a penthouse. It's not the nuclear 2.5 kids and a wife, and a white picket fence and a dog.
Absolutely not.
It's happiness. That is what I think is the most important thing to me. And I think I'm so rich because I am extremely happy. And our relationship is what I want, because what you said, Vic, you nail it. In fact, you know so much. Everyone, you should check out Vic's. Is it a podcast too, or is it just a live stream?
It's really it's a live stream right now, and eventually we'll evolve into a podcast, and there will also be modules that people can buy and things like that. But right now, it's a streaming platform.
It's really good. The topics that he covers is, if you're an established business owner, you're going to be able to relate to it. And I think that's the hardest thing for a lot of established business owners. Where do you find the right mentor? Who has the experience? Vic has taught me things in the short period, in 1 year, more than anyone that I've even hired. I've hired so many coaches over time. I don't know anyone successful that has made it without hiring a coach. And
or have some kind of mentor that might not be a formal.
Are you offering a coaching program?
I do offer mentorship, and I do offer coaching programs like that. Okay. But right now, I'm really just getting the information out there. I'm giving it away for free, okay? Because I want to start to build. $3.99. I want to start to build that presence. And then ultimately I'm going to write a book, and there's some other pieces that I have that
when you're ready to charge, just take it out of Alleyah's salary for my part, and we're good, right?
Yeah, we're good. Oh yeah.
Cool.
No problem. Yeah, no, absolutely no problem.
This is abuse.
Locked in.
I call it planning, but okay.
Okay. Great.
And what Vic just said is transactional. I have a very difficult time making friends with what I do because everything seems transactional for me. You want to be my friend maybe, or you want to really do business with me, or maybe get business from me, or refer someone that I know. So I have a hard time actually making a genuine connection these days because this world did turn transactional somehow. I don't know when it happened, but it did happen. It's even hard to date these days because even that seems transactional. Like, I am here to provide, but then if you could provide for yourself, then you don't want to date. It's very confused. I'm very confused. Vic, I need more mentorship out of business about love too. Okay.
Well, okay.
But we'll be here till next year.
I was just going to say, this is just part of a multi-part series then, right?
Okay.
Right. But what happened here is this was a genuine connection. There was no business, but I am so conditioned to think that there should be some business. I called up Vic. I'm like, Vic, you're not charging me for anything. Like, you're not asking me for sponsorship. How can I pay you? Vic's like looking at me like, I'm rich, man. I don't need your money. What am I do with your little money, right? That's what he said. He's like,
no, that's not what he said.
Those are not his words.
But he was awesome. I can't even begin to explain to you what he did, but I can explain to you the feelings that he gave me, and those feelings is, I think, what everyone should feel just any given day. Right? As a business owner, I shouldn't be at war. I shouldn't be at defense. I shouldn't be at offense at all given times. I like to turn off sometimes. And when I step outside of my house, I feel like I have to be on, and I have to put on my shield of armor, weapons ready. But with Vic, I didn't have to do that. And I think the more I transact with him, I realize I need to transact less in life. And if you are looking to have a transactional relationship with me, I think due to Vic, I might no longer want to be your friend because I found a friend that actually gives me more business advice than anyone else out there. And he taught me how to do it in such an organic way. Like, I'm having a genuinely great time doing whatever I do with these guys. It's a great time.
Same.
Yeah,
It
we have a
feels
lot of
really
fun.
good.
And that's the thing. It starts with fun and what obviously translates into what you were talking about, happiness, right?
Yeah.
If you're having
Yeah.
these kind of interactions with people, you can say, hey, this is fun. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
Let's do this more. Let's do this more often. Let's try something new. Because it's fun and it makes you happy.
It does.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
It does. Alleyah and I started something on the side. She's a phenomenal singer. And I met her before, but we had a great transactional relationship when we did karaoke at Berkeley Heights. I knew she was a great singer. I didn't know how good of a singer she was. And then I went to an event that Vic's band, what's the name of your band?
Enough said.
Enough Said. Okay. When Enough Said was performing at Delicious Heights, was it?
We were
Delightful Heights?
where were we?
Vintage Tavern.
Vintage
I
Tavern.
think that was Vintage
Close to
Tavern.
it was Vintage Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw them perform, and I think it was snowing or something. But Alleyah was so funny, right? There's a difference between someone performing and having great stage presence and really being able to MC and control the house. She was hilarious, and I don't think she was trying. I think she was making jokes in her own head, and I think she has an issue keeping her thoughts in her head. I think
That's
they're
very
just
true too.
spilling out. She was so funny.
Yeah, it's like word vomit. You know, like it's like a nervous tick of mine. So I just whatever goes into my brain comes out of my mouth, and it's just sometimes it's too late to.
How's the dating world for you?
It's non-existent.
Okay, all
I am a
right.
certified cat lady.
Nice.
Yep.
So we found a project together. I am doing a little documentary series in a local sports bar called One Republic, and we're calling it One Republic Resurrection. And one of the features, a lot of people that buys a bar, a club, they try to, fill it up with business and money and bodies in there. That's what they try to do. Maybe cheap wings, 69 cents wing special, stuff like that. I'm trying to show that there's so much more to that. I like to go to my local pub because I want to meet friends there and have a relationship, have an experience. And that's what we're doing over here at One Republic. We're giving them experiences. And I just didn't want any karaoke night. I wanted an Alleyah karaoke night. And it's been nothing but disaster so far, week after week. But not because of her, but because this bar needs help. It pretty much needs to rehab from A to Z. And each week we bring in our own equipment, and each week we find another problem.
Experience different obstacles.
Yeah, and we work around it. But the beauty is, I'll tell you this much, and I'm going to stop my ranting over here. I haven't had this much fun wiring things together, putting mixers together, and finding another like-minded individual who we did not meet in the entertainment sound pro audio world at all.
Nope.
But while we were passing each other wires, it was so nostalgic to me. And I'm like, are you my daddy? Like, where did you come from? And it was so nice. And out of nowhere, I just blurted like word vomit. Vic, if you ever need a roadie, I'll volunteer to do it, whatever you want. If you ever need a sound guy, I'm really good
March
at it.
15th.
March 15th. Enough said. We'll be at the Ringside Pub.
Yeah, we'll be at the Ringside Pub
Wait,
on
the
March.
Jersey City one?
Yeah, the
Like
one
the
in
ghetto one?
No,
where
in
people get
Caldwell.
murdered?
In
Caldwell?
No.
Okay.
We don't like when to go to the place where people get murdered because it impacts our, who comes.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Or who leaves.
Or who leaves.
Oh my
God. No, this one's in Caldwell, Bloomfield Avenue. Awesome place, awesome club. It's decent size too, nice stage.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I just have to say.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm going to be doing the sound.
Yeah.
It's
the wire.
Yeah,
wild.
absolutely.
It's wild. Every time you guys perform, the amount of people that show up and support, it's incredible.
Because what we do is we say that this is our last performance every time we do it. You see? So we get a lot of people who come.
This is going to be their third.
This is going to be this is our third last performance that we're done with. But
no, but even before that, no, even before that,
I'm teasing.
It's like, you know, in Newark, what is it, on Market Street? There's that one store that has always been saying
don't get out of business.
Since the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. 40 years.
How long have you been going out of business? 40 years. I'm going out of business.
Tomorrow.
You've been killing it going out of business. How much inventory is back there? There must be 3 levels to your basement or something.
But it's really, I mean, it's a lot of fun too. For us, it's therapy. You know, we only do a few gigs a year, and it's great.
Okay, so to segue real quick, we are all entrepreneurs here.
Yes.
Right, and I think we started this conversation about things that we love, which makes sense because this is the happiness podcast. Yeah. But what I learned in life so far is that just like there's 5 love languages, supposedly there's 7 now. I don't really know. Can't keep. Yeah, there's more.
Well, maybe AI added something to it.
Maybe right.
I want them all of them.
I believe there's also multiple levels of happiness. So
okay,
I want to ask you two. I'm gonna start with Alleyah first. What is happiness to you? And I'll give you an example. I'll start. I'll tell you. For example, happiness for me is freedom.
Yes.
Having the freedom of time, having the freedom to wake up when I want, podcasts if I want to in midweek, to be able to spend. Unfortunately, my dog was sick, so I had to run to the vet this morning. But I had the freedom to be able to do that. I also have friends and business associates that didn't mind that I came 10, 15 minutes late, right? Because I value their time and they know if I'm late, it's something important. But that is freedom, right? A lot of people talk about financial freedom, right? That's freedom. And that is what happiness translates for me. Freedom is what makes me feel happy.
Okay.
What makes you feel happy? What is happiness to you, Alleyah?
When I close my eyes and I picture what it's like to be happy, I picture myself on a stage performing giving the best performance ever. And I think a part of your model is doing things not just for people, but it's also for selfish reasons. Like I love, at the end of a gig, I love when people come up to me and they're like, you know, you really made my night. Thank you so much. Yeah. I literally take that with me and I bury that in my brain. Like I keep that embedded in my brain forever and ever. Like those are the moments I remember forever. It feels so good to be able to make people feel good, you know? Like it's so nice. But
I can see it in your face.
But also
happiness. Zoom in. Yeah, look at her face. Look at that.
She's ready for a close-up.
Oh, wow. But also, Vic and I were talking about this yesterday as we were on our way to an event. Happiness is ultimately a choice. You know, it's a feeling, but also you have 2 choices every day.
To be happy or not
to be happy.
To be happy
that
or to... So Shakespeare-like. To be happy or
you
not
know,
to be happy.
Well done.
We all have our shit to deal with. We all have our baggage. We all have our problems to go home to or whatever.
I'm okay. I don't have any baggage. Do you have any baggage?
It's a little carry-on.
Okay. A little carry-on. Yeah, right.
What do you have? Like a luggage? Suitcase?
2
storage?
Cats and
Matching
you know,
bags.
a little bag of debt, but it's fine. It's fine.
You
know,
it'll be fine. I cry myself to sleep every night, but
it's okay. You know, I go through manic episodes every once in a while, but it's fine. Everything's fine. I'm that dog in that meme.
Everything's fine.
Everything's on fire, but everything is fine.
Everything.
Yes, but yeah, that's me. Yep, exactly. When you guys edit this, put that meme of the dog right here. Yep.
What about you, Vic?
You only want one thing, right?
The definition of happiness to you.
Definition of happiness to me, especially at this stage of my life, and I think part of it's influenced by, you know, having been in business for a long time and knowing all kinds of different people, whatever. For me, is the ability to make other people happy. And I'm going to be specific. I'm going to give you a for instance. I'm going to give you for instance because mine's not tied to performance. Mine's tied to, there are times where I have had people, clients or friends say to me, hey, Vic, I can't wait to have lunch with you because every time I see you, it makes me feel good. Not because I'm great at what I do, not because they're buying stuff from me, not because I'm trying to sell them something. It's because I genuinely make them feel happy, right? That, for me, is happiness. when I go into Starbucks and I talk to the barista and we exchange information, and I know if they're going to school, and I ask them how things are going, and they say, you're the only one who really even asks us anything. What the hell do you do?
He leaves a mark on people. For
they
real.
say this to me.
He
They're like,
does.
the guy starts, Vic, you got to tell me, what do you do? I said, I'm generally open to suggestion. I said,
I can swing both ways.
Yeah, whatever.
All good,
But
Help.
really, the bottom line here, all kidding aside, is that to me, because that's where the mentoring comes in, and that's where the helping people comes in, and that's the part that makes me happy. Of course, there are other things that I do and get involved in that make me happy, but that would probably be the singular one that for me is the deepest one, that I can actually make someone else happy. There's a lot that you can get out of that.
So let me ask both of you guys a question, because you two both share a common denominator, which is happiness. If there was no one in the room and you were singing, would you be happy? Is your happiness contingent on making other people happy?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Are you dead inside?
I
Sorry, go extreme.
I might. No, I think
That was great.
I think it's twofold,
Okay.
because ultimately I do the things that fuel me,
Okay.
right? So
Because I see your Instagram, which is popping. We should put that down here, right? And I see you singing all by yourself, and you look great. You look happy. You look,
I get so lost in a song,
Yeah.
and I
you
think
look emotional, like you're about to cry.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. So those things that I post on social media, it takes me about 27 takes before I get a good one. That's because in all of those 27 takes, I'm either cracking on a note or I'm crying. And it's something about music that it fires me up. I get really emotional. I'm a marshmallow, and there's
You look like
something
it with
about-
your head right now.
Thank you.
Yeah. The look you're going for this morning when you got out of bed.
Yes, I'm like,
I
I
want to
want
be dressed like a marshmallow.
Yes.
A pink marshmallow.
You got to be watching.
Exactly.
You got to really watch what you say in front of him.
Don't give me a foot.
But yeah, I think happiness comes from also being able to do the things that you love to do. I had a conversation with Tracy, one of Vic's best friends, and she said, I wake up every morning for the hot co. I love it.
What is it?
The hot co, the hot company, she makes these spicy mixes.
We even have some,
She's
yeah.
amazing. Oh, I actually brought it today
I feel
because
like we're
it's
in Oprah right now.
It's
You get a hot co. You get a hot co.
You get a hot
It is
co,
so
and you get a
freaking
hot
good, you
co.
guys.
It's
This
killer.
is about to be
But-
drink champs right now.
These are
Wait, is
this
it alcohol?
no, this is
not-
non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic.
This is a mixer.
Yeah.
But you,
Okay.
I mean, you can make mocktails with it.
Nice.
But, she said something that really struck me yesterday. And she said, I don't even know if this thing's going to hit, but I do it anyway because it makes me so fucking happy.
Now, this is someone that Vic you've known for a while.
I actually
They grew up
met.
together.
I met Tracy when I was in maybe first grade. Maybe.
And did you climb into her bedroom through the to the ladder? Or did
No,
you
I
climb-
didn't have to because her father was my dentist.
Okay.
Okay, so I could come through at least the office door.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Not bad.
Yeah. And his office.
Clarissa!
By the way, and his office.
you met
his
her.
His office was at the house, so it worked out.
Oh.
You did
I'm
meet
just gonna go in
her.
the back to get my toothbrushes. Hey.
I know you've met her before. You met her
You
at
have met
the
her before.
event,
She's been
At
at
your
our
event?
event.
at
Yep.
the Ready Set Connect event.
She
She's
is an
awesome.
amazing woman.
She's so
Amazing
great.
woman.
But yeah, that was a conversation we had yesterday, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna remember this forever.
Now, Vic's level of happiness reminds me of when someone finds their purpose in life and then they give away their purpose. That's the happiness that I find. Like,
That's a good. I think that's a good way of expressing it. Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's accurate.
Because when you talk about moments that you've helped people, I've actually heard you talk about more moments where you've helped people than of any of your businesses. I don't think I've heard you ever pitch in your life.
Because I don't really. I guess in the early days, and I'm gonna make sure I qualify this. In the early days, I was pitching all the time. Because I needed to freaking eat and keep the lights on and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So I was pitching anybody. I was walking down the street. I say, "Yo, you need some printing?" You know what I mean? Because I don't know what you do, but I'm sure you print something.
I'm sure you're gonna need my
I'm sure you're
business.
gonna need something. You got any kids? Yeah, they're gonna need invitations to weddings. Something. I'll print something.
I
for
got
you.
Divorce,
you.
I do that too.
Yeah, I'll do that too. Yeah, whatever you need. So of course, in my career, and I would take on jobs I had no idea how to do them. They're like, well, can you do this sign and blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Of
hell
course,
yeah, I
I've
can
done
do
it
this
so
sign.
many times.
I would go back to my office. I'm like, what the hell hell am I going to do with this? And I started calling people. I got this problem. But
Have you ever
that's
taken
different.
losses, taking on business?
Oh my God. Yes.
Yikes.
Okay.
And I don't think, I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I don't think even some of the most successful businesses from Amazon down don't take losses along the way, always.
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 That is a bold statement.
Always. The bigger the business, the more opportunity it is to have losses.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you feel like that's because
Okay.
Shoot.
do you feel that there's a disconnect between sometimes partnership operations? There's the one sales figure, right? There's the guy that sells. It's kind of like a little bit of the dreamer,
A little bit, yeah.
They're connecting with everyone, etc. And then, like for my business, a lot of it is software related. So then I have my developer, which is Helder, right? And Helder always shares these memes with me. He's like, I have this boss that will promise the world and say the world will be ready in 24 hours. Then he comes to me, Helder, figure it out. And then he goes to Starbucks. Are you that guy? Are you Helder or are you Riz?
But well, look, hey, they say the same thing about Microsoft. He would say, look, I want you to put these 8,000 freaking songs into this little tiny box. And now I got to go. And he gave it to all these smart guys to figure out. And they think it was his idea. It wasn't his idea.
Yeah.
The idea was his idea. Fit this in here and let me know when you got it. I got to go.
That reminds me of
Right?
you.
It is.
It is.
That reminds me of you and Larry, in a way.
So a lot
That's true. There are some because Larry is so incredibly he's so incredibly talented,
Yes.
intuitive, creative, and he's got an ability to use both sides of his brain, which I'm not as good at.
Yeah. I'm barely using
So
one side of my brain.
I can actually
one
even
brain cell
I can
left.
even come up with something or say something, and he'll take it to the 9th level,
But
and
Yeah.
he can implement it. That's the
Yes.
other piece of it.
He can execute.
actually
I'll
do
tell
it.
you, I conflict
You know.
with my internal team all the time. Do you conflict with Larry?
No, I don't conflict with them. Because also I have a certain personality, as you well know.
Yeah.
I have the ability to see things clearly.
But just because you're not conflicting with him, maybe
I know.
Larry is conflicting with
Oh,
you.
I'm sure that there are certain instances where he's not completely happy with how I'm seeing something
Because
because
you're like me. We're happy, go jolly.
Because-
everything was
Yeah.
good. Robin, you got this? We got these 8 videos.
Yeah.
I'll see it in 12 hours. 2 hours later, how's it going, buddy?
yeah.
I got 9 more coming.
If I wanted it tomorrow, I would have called you tomorrow.
I'm
right.
pretty sure. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure my team hates me. I have a feeling.
No doubt.
No, I don't have. I really, honestly, I don't have that problem with Larry because we're
Oh
also.
no, there's someone right next to you. That's saying the opposite.
No doubt.
Her.
I am everyone's biggest hater. Just kidding. I was just kidding. Oh, no.
Wait, hold on. This is a generational thing. I thought Heartthrob.
No,
was
I always do this. I do this to make fun of Gen Z,
Oh, is
even
that a
though
new
I am
thing?
Gen Z.
I don't
I'm a
understand how
millennial.
that works.
So
Don't.
this
Yeah,
is-
there it is.
yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Here it is.
That's
Kidney.
that's why it's like this, actually. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
Glad we got that.
Yeah,
out.
I'm glad we got
Because
that
that was
very
important. That was
That's
important. I'm glad we got
Yes.
that.
That's super.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem, Vic. You're not connecting with the new generation. You can launch these podcasts and everything, but you don't know how to do the new heart. Right?
I
You
know.
don't know how to do the new heart.
Well, I'm going to get AI to do that for
Okay,
me.
cool. No problem.
Just
okay.
give us anything I can't deal with AI.
Another
Sure.
Indian.
Yeah. He's like, I'll just get D to do it.
Well, she's magnificent too. So
Yeah.
I mean, she's extremely talented as well. So
Yes.
I mean, and I think, again, all kidding aside, surrounding yourself with people who are super talented and in many, many ways smarter than you are, that's the key.
I agree, but I'm going to disagree with you on this one.
You can't disagree with me, by the way, so shut up.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, let's break. Woo!
Shut up!
I've been muted. The only reason I'm disagreeing is because sometimes I feel like I suffer from imposter syndrome. Because here I am
Same.
demanding all these things from my team, and sometimes I'll sit alone, smoking hookah, and be like, I don't know how to do that. Like 4 days later, I'm like,
4 days later.
I demanded all these things.
Perhaps I was a bit overreaching.
Yikes.
Yeah, right.
I was like, what do you mean we can't deliver to the moon? Why is that not possible? That sounds simple. Moon. us, delivery, easy, get it done.
It shouldn't be that hard.
Get it done.
And then 4 days later, I'm like,
It's like,
gravity,
Oh my God.
oxygen. These might be some factors.
Oh my
Am
God.
I the right
you could
guy?
call Elon then. Right.
He might agree with me. That's
Right.
the problem. I'm like, yo, I don't know why they haven't gotten done. These poor astronauts has been stuck there for 180 days. If it was up to me, I would have got them last night. You know, like the moon seems so close. Let's go get them.
It's so close. Did you see it
Send them an
last
Uber
week?
craft.
It was
Right.
right there.
I'd have sent them just in my taxi.
That
But
is so funny.
yeah. So I feel like sometimes I understand your mentality. You know, I understand your drive. But when I'm alone, sometimes my own thoughts, I do wonder: am I asking for too much? Am I demanding too much? Should I slow down? And then I'm like, no, I shouldn't. But then I also have that imposter syndrome. I was like, I'm not the one editing the videos, right? I'm not the one that's programming the software. I'm not the one even putting the boots on the ground to handle all the deliveries in the rooms. So should I slow down?
I'm not sure that it's about slowing down. I think it's about making sure you check that you're giving people grace. Okay? Because pushing them is not a bad thing if you feel in your heart of hearts and they feel that they can actually do it. Sometimes people need to be pushed.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
Okay? They do.
Okay.
But if you're also savvy enough to give them grace when maybe they're falling short or maybe they need some extra support or whatever, then you also find out what their limitations might be and say, okay, this might be a limitation of yours right now. Maybe we need to get you some additional training. Maybe we need to get you some other ways to do it because I don't know how to freaking do it. So maybe we can get somebody outside who can show you how to do this because you know what? At the end of the day, we need to get this done. Okay.
I also wanted to add.
Yeah.
I also wanted to add from
You get no say.
Oh wow,
But,
okay.
Keep on going. This is not open.
Hold on. I thought you guys would have wanted an employee perspective.
Yeah. Oh, we do.
But
we do. We do. Make
working-
it good though.
Wow.
We don't have that much
Okay.
time. Come on, hurry up. Deliver already. What is taking so long?
I mean, having worked for Vic for 2 years now, I appreciate how much grace he's given me, and that has allowed me to come to him and say the things that I fall short on because I have an ego, right? And I'm a perfectionist by trade. Like I just need to be perfect at everything, but.
Yeah.
You know,
But you're mindful. Like you are wearing a smiley face as your shirt. You chose that by design
Yes.
because you came to a Happy to Deliver podcast.
Yes.
Right? Very specific. And Vic is a great leader because he allows you said 2 years to get a project done. Good for you, Vic. Good job.
It was like paper clips and a stapler.
So that just shows what a
Yeah,
great
that's
mindful
grace, man.
employee you are.
Thank
And that's
you.
some grace from
Thanks
your
so
employer.
much. No, he's been so
shit.
great. Working for him has been. I mean, you always call him your mentor, but
My mentor,
he
not
is
yours.
mine before yours. Anyway,
Oh boy.
I just wanted to make that crystal clear.
I'm in charge of editing, so don't you worry.
Don't you worry about
She
this.
will get deleted from the entire
crazy.
video.
He's
through
gonna
AI.
Photoshop a plant over me. That's
Robin, I
crazy.
want you to use AI to eradicate
Oh my
any
God.
short
Be
Filipino.
like the Little Shop of
from
Horrors.
this
She'll just be like a
entire
plant.
I should just. Okay, I'm gonna go. It was nice knowing you
video.
guys.
This happens every night whenever we hang out, by the way.
I'm
it sure
walking
does.
home.
It sure does happen. It happens.
Got a long
But
road.
that's the happiness part.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
stuff.
Right?
is
That's the
nice.
happiness part. It's not like we scripted this. It's not, I mean, we're together. We enjoy being with each other and we're
Can
having
you
a conversation.
imagine a scripting? What would that be like?
Ew.
Yuck.
Awkward as hell.
Or read
no.
off a teleprompter?
Absolutely not.
That would be harder for me than.
Bro,
That you were
Spinning
just
from the
talking
dome.
about.
I
that.
was talking about
Yeah.
that. I am absolutely horrendous
Ew.
about doing that.
Yeah, I don't know how to read.
Well,
Wow, okay.
I'm going to give you a prime example. I was doing a commencement for one of these university,
I don't
right?
even know what that word means.
Okay, that means when people are graduating.
Okay, cool.
And they asked me to be
graduation speech?
a graduation speech to a business school. And the president says, okay, we're at the lunch about a week or two before. And she says, so are you going to send us the notes, send us in the committee the notes on what you're going to talk about? And I stopped and I was eating my lunch and I'm like, are you kidding me? I have no idea what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
You gave me a broad topic I'll let you know when I get here.
You could take notes.
I said,
You can take notes.
and you can take this, but because I have to speak extemporaneously, I have to do that. So what I'll do is I'll have a card, and I'll have some points that I want to make sure I hit, because I have an idea how long it's going.
Curse, Vic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little things like
Yeah.
that, little things like that. But all joking aside, that's where I'm the best. So I have to speak on topics that I know. I can't like read about stuff that, I just can't do it. I mean, I would not have been a good broadcaster. Okay, I wouldn't have been.
You guys are really good at that. You guys are good at talking off the dome. I tend to stutter. And
I've had situations
word
where
vomit.
a friend of mine was receiving an award, okay? And this was something that he was in a business that I really didn't even have any knowledge of. And he froze.
Oh my God.
He froze.
That is my biggest
I went up
nightmare.
there and I took him and I talked for him. I gave a little speech and said, he couldn't, he was having, I said, he is absolutely so choked up. He's speechless.
Wow.
So what I'm going
Such a great transition.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let you know, because he and I had spent several days together out on his boat, and we talked about what he was trying to do. And I have a feeling that he gave me his heartfelt feeling on how important this was for him to receive this particular award.
Oh.
But I was able to do that
Master
because I felt it, right? I felt it. All of that was true.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It's
the
all
great
true.
thing about Vic is
It's all true.
It's not a lie. It's not a pitch. I really don't believe they used to pitch your business at all, because it's all genuine. Everything that I've met is all genuine, and it's rare to find that in my life, and I think in this planet. Now, I one day called Alleyah, and I'm just like, highs and lows. I don't know how I feel about what I'm doing. It's tough. I feel like I'm affecting my family, the people around. And she's like, you know what? Call Vic. At this moment in the stage of mine and Vic's relationship, I used to call him for business advice, but probably not like emotional advice. And I called him right away. I don't even think I said bye to Alleyah. I think it just clicked.
Yeah. No, that's definitely what happened. I'm like, call Vic.
It was a great idea. I was like, why did I call you anyways?
No, seriously, you're useless.
I asked for...
No, that's
Oh,
literally
you
what
two-
happened.
you two are too much.
Yes, thanks, you're useless.
I called Vic, and he said, you know what? I've gone through it. And he predicted. He's like, are you having partnership issues? I was like, I am. I never once said those words whatsoever. He was able to... His EQ is so high. And Vic doesn't make it about himself, which most successful men do. He feels, I guess, he's empathetic. I don't even know the word. Empathy? Right?
Empathy?
Empathy
yeah.
would be, that's the word.
To other people's situation. And a lot of people, they try to connect with you by like, oh, you had a hard day? Yes, so did I.
Let me tell you about me.
I don't want to hear about...
No,
I'm
this
just
is
talking about
about
my hard
me.
day right now, right?
It's about me.
And now you just made it hard. Now
Yeah.
I can't vent to you about... Because,
Yeah.
you did have a hard day, so I'm going to shut up now. But not Vic. Vic will be like, is this what's happening? Do you think... Why is it happening? And he just got me talking at the end of the day.
Isn't that so freaky? He's
Awesome.
he's so good at it.
Yeah. And he like winded me back up. Right? He put Humpty Dumpty back on the wall. And set me out there. And I went charging and I felt good.
Put you back together again.
Yeah, I know.
Aw.
After I
But I think when you're genuinely interested in a person and you're
Mm-hmm.
genuinely interested in what it is that they're trying to, convey to you,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy. Okay? It would be much harder if I wasn't interested.
I feel like
Okay.
I feel like you want everyone to win.
I do want everyone
You
to win.
do,
I mean,
yeah.
I feel blessed and lucky that throughout my entire career, there were people along the way. There were signposts up ahead that said, bro, you really shouldn't turn down here. Okay. And there was somebody there saying, you really shouldn't turn down there. Right. And I was absolutely, steered by other people who mentored me when I was younger and also when I got older. My two partners, Tony Jones and Pam Goldstein, they were masterful mentors. And they did it in a way that I didn't even know I was being mentored, because I was further along in my career. But they were really incredible and brilliant women, like two of the most brilliant women I've ever known. But they're also so good at what they do. I learned a lot from them, and that's helped me further in my career as my career started to mature. And then, of course, I had ones earlier on as well.
Now, okay, so you had all these mentorship, you have all these connections, people know you. Let's say I just extracted you from New Jersey. And I dropped you in a different country.
How much fun would that be?
Look at that attitude, guys. Would you be able to rebuild yourself in 30 days?
If I spoke the language,
Okay, UK, London.
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I fit right in.
Would you bring Alleyah with you?
Translator.
Translator's crazy. It's English,
Who's that?
bro.
She's my translator.
Pocket translator.
Yeah, really. I don't know what the hell a lift is. No. No, it's true.
That's good.
And you would
That's
find
good.
that fun.
Fun as
You
shit.
wouldn't be anxious. Would you be anxious?
Absolutely. That's the big difference between.
And I don't think he knows it. I don't think he realizes how tough that is.
It's
for
such a
someone.
skill because he's such a. Give me any challenge and I'll take it on. I'll take it on.
But he doesn't look at it as a challenge. I think for him, it's fun.
It was fun. It would be fun. I mean, the first thing I would
He
do is
looks
find.
at a
I would find
challenge
a
like it's
really
fun.
cool pub. That would be the first thing I'd do is find a really cool pub, go in there because
I'm already getting anxiety thinking about this.
people
I'm
are
sweating.
friendly
This
when they're
hypothetical
This is
situation.
people are
Yes,
friendly when they're having a
hypothetical
couple of drinks,
situation.
right?
Yeah.
People are friendly. You go in there, people tend to talk a little bit. Sometimes you'll find people who are, maybe they might be a little down, maybe whatever.
Yeah.
You can sit down at the bar, talk to the bartender. You can always talk to the bartender. The bartender can also point out people who in the place that might be helpful to me. Okay, great. And I can strike up a conversation, come there maybe a couple nights in a row because I have 30 days, right? I can come in there.
I have 30 days, right?
Come in there a couple nights in a row, become a regular. Okay,
Wasted.
right?
30
you don't
days
actually have
doesn't
to-
include travel time.
Yeah, and then you start to build. You can start to build relationships and say, oh, I do this. Oh, yeah. You know what? I know somebody who does that. Boom, and then start to build it from there.
How would you feel about that?
I'm ready to jump on board with them. We're about to get on the flight, and this is going to be so much fun.
This
Maybe
is
if we film it.
Whoa, I'm down.
This is
After we finish
exactly-
One Republic Resurrection, because that is what I'm
That
doing.
is exactly
That's
what you're doing there.
exactly
That's
what
exactly what you're doing
I'm
there.
inviting my friends. I got close
That
with the
sounds crazy.
locals, and
Yeah.
and I'm doing what I love. And I don't think you could even tell that I'm working. I'm loving it.
It's not work if you're doing what you love.
No.
I don't think so.
But it was the same.
It's the same
I was-
mindset.
I
That's
came with
what
it.
makes a real entrepreneur, though, because entrepreneurs, the beautiful thing about, and I look up to entrepreneurs so much. I look up to both of you guys so much because you guys take everything on with a brave freaking face, and it takes real guts, and it takes thick skin. Like, I don't think anybody can be an entrepreneur. I don't think it's for everybody.
No, I don't think. Oh, I don't think it's
You
for
know,
anybody.
the
Not
whole-
for everybody. No.
The whole idea of owning a business sounds pretty in theory, but when you get into the nitty gritty of things, and a lot of people fail because they don't realize how much work it really takes.
And there's some ugly parts of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What's
but-
what's the difference? What do you guys think is the difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur?
Oh, I can give you my take on
Yeah,
it.
but
You can be a business owner. You could buy into a franchise, okay, and you could go to franchise high, okay, and you can have buy a McDonald's franchise. The odds of that failing, unless you're a complete and total idiot, are slim to zero. Very few of those close down because it's a formula. Somebody already did it for you. Okay, that's a business owner. You own the business. You pay for it. You pay the taxes. Blah 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 blah. Yes.
they even pay the taxes for you.
Yeah,
They
right.
track all that.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, business owner, entrepreneur, I got an idea. And I need to come up with a way in which to turn my idea into something that could make money. Therefore, I've got to, from scratch, figure out exactly how I'm going to do this. What is it? Is it something that somebody would actually pay money for? How would I market it? How do I raise money for it? Who do I get on board? How many people do I talk to? Who are the kinds of people that I talk to? Do I talk to the naysayers, or do I talk to people who are actually going to say, hey, man, let me try to help you out? First people I would talk to would be an accountant. Okay, I would talk to somebody who knows a little bit about money. I would talk to a banker, okay, to make sure, hey, if I'm going to need some money to do this, I want you to give me your opinion. Do you think this is something that you would lend money for? Things like that, practical things, and then start to build a business from scratch. That's an entrepreneur because they're willing to put their neck on the line for what they believe. They're all in.
Yeah.
That's a
I
difference.
think in addition, it's the spirit.
Absolutely, it's the spirit.
The spirit of an entrepreneur is very different from.
It's very different. It's hard. It's hard to do. You know that.
What do you feel about Happy to Deliver? Do you feel like it's a business? Do you feel like it's like an entrepreneurship, it's a startup? What do you feel?
I thought that when I first met you, I saw what you were doing, got an opportunity to hear from an actual client. Okay, I mean, you serviced the building that she's in. I'm like, okay, one, entrepreneur hands down. But more importantly is that you are always looking for and trying to build, better, add, grow. Entrepreneurs do that. Business owners, not so much.
Oh, good point.
Okay?
Good point.
Because they're not necessarily creative. They're linear. You're not linear. You've never been linear. Every conversation I've ever had with you, you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make donuts, and I'm going to fly a
And
plane,
also business
and I'm going
owners,
to,
they don't feel the need to. I
Nope.
think entrepreneurs, they need to.
I mean, the life itself is multidimensional, right? I look
True.
at everything as past, present, future happening all at the same time. Every decision I make will create wavelengths for the future, so it affects the future. The future is happening at the same time, and every decision I'm making right now was due to my past. No matter what, past, present, future is always happening simultaneously for me. So when I make a decision, have a conversation, I always think about past, present, future. Now, tying in our past conversation about if I dropped you off in a different city, would you like that challenge? And talking about entrepreneurship, how do you feel, right here, live on the air, okay? If I gave you a challenge, Vic.
knock yourself out, brother.
Not scared? Because I would do
Well,
this.
as long as I can keep my clothes on, yeah.
Oh, God.
You might not be able to because
Oh, my
Happy
goodness.
Deliver,
Well, it is kind of hot in here, but yeah.
Happy to Deliver is we're looking to launch in Miami. And I can't imagine asking for anyone else's help
That's sick.
but a person who has the balls to get up
Oh, that would be
someone
fun,
else.
sure. That'd be fun.
Sounds
and recreate.
Oh, that'd
the
be fun,
place.
sure.
But like I said, you might not have your shirt on because it's really hot down there.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah,
Why-
I could
why
do that.
Miami?
I could absolutely do that. Are you kidding me?
Why Miami? I like Miami.
Okay.
Here's the
like,
thing.
how do you choose your
Yeah,
locations?
yeah. How do I choose my business? How do I
Yeah.
choose?
Yeah, there has to be density issues. There has to be all kinds of different things. I would
100%.
think.
But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I don't think I'm gonna live forever. Right? I could jump out.
Spoiler, you're not.
News flash.
I could jump out of a plane and land on my feet without a parachute, survive that one. But for some reason, I have a feeling I might not live forever. I don't know why. But
Timing.
so I want to do everything in this short time that I have that I want to do. I like Miami. You know, the Miami lifestyle is something that fits with our brand, my own personal lifestyle. Like I said, I do businesses because I love it. It creates opportunity, and we call this company Happy to Deliver for a reason. We're really trying to deliver happiness. My only question is my brothers and sisters going to join me in this journey?
I'm in. I think we already have.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess we're a package deal, so whatever.
So why don't we do this? We're going to do more than a podcast. We are going to film a whole behind the scenes on how to build, just like what I'm doing at One Republic, like the resurrection of that. Maybe we could show people on a mixture between your live stream and my podcast on how to build a business. And Ramen, you down to take a flight down to Miami?
Yeah.
We will
Just let me know when you wanna go.
the whole
I'm
thing, right?
ready.
Film crew, and we will show you exactly how to build a business from scratch. But the most important thing, this is the Happiness Podcast. You have one life. Make sure you live life happy.
Amen.
Love you, mean it.